Have you ever stared at a blank screen knowing that your brand needs to send out an email campaign today and yet your mind's completely out of ideas? Well, I've worked with over 12 brands ranging from 6 to 8 figures per year, and this is what we do to not only spend just a few minutes coming up with email campaign ideas ahead of time, but also filling our month full of ready to send email topics. So by the end of this video, you'll learn how to use AI to generate email campaign topics in a few minutes, how exactly we're going to shape them for your brand specifically, and map out your emails a full month ahead without any of the added stress. Alrighty, so the first thing you're going to want to do is open up an LLM, which is just a learning language model. Can be Claude, ChatGPT, Manus, or Manus, however you want to pronounce it. But the key thing is that you want to make sure that you are in the best performing one. So in this case, I'll be using ChatGPT 5.2 Thinking, and then you want to go to Thinking, make sure it's in Thinking, don't do Instant. And the reason for this is because this is actually going to give us the engaging content that we're going to want to send to our list. It's going to think a little bit more rather than just spit something out because it's been programmed. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to take this prompt that I have on the side of me here in another screen, and I will leave this for you guys in the pinned comments below. Essentially what we're going to do is just paste this here. And so it's going to pretty much, I'm not going to bore you. You can go ahead and read it yourself, but this is the exact prompt that I use. And so what we're going to do is just fill in a little bit about us here at the bottom. So we are brand website. For this case, I will be using this brand here, Protein Candy, and I'm just going to copy their URL, and then I will replace it here. And then same thing, I'm going to go to their About Us or Our Story really quickly, and then I'm just going to copy this text here, and then we will drop it under the info about our products. And then I'll probably add in another section here just to give it a little bit more information so that it knows exactly what we sell and who we are targeting. And so essentially, once we have this, it pretty much tells it, if you need more information, please ask. Otherwise, go ahead and create the content calendar. And this is going to format it in columns by weeks, topics, and summary. So we'll resume the video once it gives us back the topics. So as we can see here, the ChatGPT or learning language model is actually creating this for me. After this, we'll be able to format it exactly for us using a campaign calendar that I built inside of a Google Doc. You can use it in Google Sheets or whatever you want to format it in. I like Google Docs. It's very easy. I can adjust it very on the fly. That is totally up to you depending on what you want for your brand. Alrighty, and boom. So as you can see, this is the original chat. I did not do anything to it, but it knows our brand, right? It pulled some images for us, which is actually pretty cool. I didn't know this ChatGPT does this, but pretty much took a minute and 15 seconds. So as you can tell, very, very easy to do. And then here we pretty much have all of our ideas. So week 1, big candy versus super candy, the candy aisle is broken, manifesto plus your mission to fix it, all these different things. Candy doesn't love you back. So this is kind of like the topic, core idea, texture and paste proof. So what it actually is, visual blocks, bite test, close-ups, pull apart shot, what to expect, 3 bullets, chewy candy, no compromise. Okay, so not a gummy, not a chew. Sugar craft versus power up, flavor finder, so pick your vibe, macro math made candy, 3 real life power up moments, the sweetener truth, from recipe to testing and shelf ready, strong reviews, stronger snacks. Fast FAQs, read this first. So as you can tell, this is really, really good. Even had here like a limited drop, sour berry blast. We probably don't need this unless you are going to be using a drop. You won't need this here. But essentially, now we're going to format it into the Google Doc here. So this is going to take a little bit of time, but all I'm going to do is go into my Google Doc here and then paste all of the topics and then format it perfectly. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then we will come back to the video once I'm done. Alrighty, so we now copied and pasted everything over. Took me maybe about 2 minutes to do, but didn't want to show the process because it's very, very boring. So this is essentially pretty much the campaign calendar for the month. And so here we have all of our email topics and kind of week 1 and then when they're going out. So such as Friday, Monday, and Wednesday here. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then all through week 2, week 3, and then week 4 as well. And so this is just following like 3 times per week. Of course, you can always tweak this to reflect 4 times per week. But if we take a look at all of these here and we actually look at the core ideas, it gives us also some visual blocks and then the purpose of why we would want this. These are all fun, engaging campaigns and content overall that we can send to our list that isn't going to bore them with the discounts. This is exactly how I would format it for one of my clients if I was making this specifically for them. Now, what this allows us to do is actually have this table or this cheat sheet in front of us and ahead of time before the day comes where we need to send out that email. So we're not rushing. We can just pass this this off to our copywriter or our designer, and then they will be able to kind of start formatting the email the way that you'd like it for your brand. Now, the cool part about this is in case you wanted to kind of like check these off slowly, what you could do is always just add like a highlight to them. So this means it was already sent out, or you can be like in designing mode and you can just turn this yellow, etc. So if I was a brand struggling for email campaign ideas and I needed some ASAP, I would use this exact method to be able to make sure that I'm sending engaging content that's actually going to be relevant to my audience and specifically for them. Now, if you also want to learn how you can use AI to write your email copy within just a few minutes and actually not sound like a robot, you can go ahead and check out the video that is on this screen now. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.